Hi everyone, welcome back to my Lockdown Diaries. This is Shashwat here. These diaries are my repositories of thought and experiences as we go through these lockdown days. So today, being the last day of the week, I thought let me do something different. I'll talk about a topic that's very close to my heart, and a topic that has a thing that has completely taken charge of my life for the past couple of years now, and that is swimming. I'm talking about the sports of swimming. So just a disclaimer, my personal experiences about swimming are drawn from being a swimming parent. My two kids are into swimming and they are swimming with Starfish Sports Academy. So whatever I have been, whatever I know about the sports has generally been, necessitated by these kids, and by my interactions with a lot of elite swimmers as well. Some of the best swimmers in India. I have had the good fortune of interacting with them. I have also had the good fortune of interacting with many coaches, some of the best coaches that are there, including the ones that train my kid. And I had also the opportunity, being a parent, you're sitting there on the sidelines. I also have the great opportunity to talk to a lot of parents who are at more or less the same level like me, and we as parents have a lot of concerns, we have a lot of expectations, we have a lot of hopes. So I'm just gonna this diary today will be just a summary of all the things that I have learned as a parent, and all the hopes and aspirations that one has from the administration and the government and whatever. So let me first, for someone who is not too much engaged in the sports, let me just start off with what exactly am I talking about. Swimming is a very important and essential life-saving skill. Swimming is necessary because for everyone to save their lives. In India, if you see, every day on 80 plus people die because of drowning. It's one of the third biggest causes of deaths in India, despite the fact that we are a peninsular country. We have so many water bodies and we are surrounded by water all on the three sides, yet drowning is a big issue in India. Swimming is very much important for that thing, for saving of life. But I'm not talking about the skill set of swimming. I'm talking about the sports of swimming. Swimming is aquatics, basically, is very important sports as well. If you see in the Olympics, aquatic sports account for almost the biggest contingent of medals that are there on offer. So there are 35 individual and team events for swimming and aquatics. That includes diving and everything. That's 35 into 3. That's almost 200. 35 male and 35 female, that's 70 into 3, that's 200 plus medals that are on offer. One of the greatest, how important this sports can be. If I were to tell you, the greatest decorated Olympian of all times is Michael Phelps with 28 Olympic medals. The nearest to him is 16, and in fact Michael Phelps has won more medals than most of the countries put together, including India with 1.3 billion people. So that is how important this sports is. The reason this sports is also very difficult to think, because swimming is very highly technical and highly intensive sports. The difference, if you see, if you catch some of the races on the Olympics out there, the difference are marginal in the hundredths of second. All the swimmers that really make it to the Olympic are some of the best in the world, and choosing between the best is just a minor fraction of a second, that not even as much as a blink of an eye, lesser than a blink of eye, that differentiates a winner and a loser in the Olympics. So unlike other sports, it's highly competitive, it's highly intensive, and it requires great amount of investment in terms of infrastructure, investment in terms of training, investment not only in terms of from the administrative side, where they need to build those infrastructure and everything, but also from the part of the swimmer itself. A typical swimmer, an Olympian for that matter, would be spending close to anything between 6 to 8 hours on a daily basis, and he will be they will be building up for years to even make it to that team, the Olympic team for that country. and that is what differentiates the best swimmer from the rest of the swimmer. Take India's example. We are one of the best swimmers, despite the best that we have been able to perform on our national and domestic level. We have not been able to achieve that kind of success on a global scale. One of the reasons, and if you were to ask why India has not been able to reach the pinnacle of swimming, one of the primary reason is because of the encatchment area. You see, as a parent, when I see my kids are young, there are scores and scores of swimmers at the junior level. So you have the junior level under 8, under 10, under 12, even under 14. So 14 and 16 is the time when a lot of the academic pressure increases. And in India, the maximum dropout of swimmers that you see is post 14. So till 14, if you see most of the events whichever we have had the good fortune of attending, it's jam packed with competitors. Every stroke will be full, every there will be multiple heats going on till you have 12 and 14 age group. Suddenly at 16 and 18, the elder kind of a thing, you see just a handful of people who are trying there. And the reason that is there is because as a sports, there has been not much promotion given by the by the various authorities and the administration, the government for the sport. So the people are not very keen to take it up as a future prospect. There are quite a few swimmers who had to give up on swimming simply because they could not afford to go ahead. They had to take up their studies, they had to think about their jobs, their family were forcing them. Everyone was talking about what will you do in the future. So those are the kind of pressures that you face. If we were to somehow change the sports of swimming in India, what we really need to focus is on this encatchment. Unless we have a huge encatchment area, unless we have scores and scores of great swimmers who are competing at a very high level, who are battling against each other for even the smallest of margins, you will never see this sport really blossom into its its glory out here in India. There has been some attempts being made on this. There's this great center, the Padukone, Abhinav Bindra Padukone Center that has come up in Bangalore. There are quite a few coaches in India also who are now trying to shore up their learning by interacting with foreign coaches and all. They are tying up with foreign training academies and everything. Indian swimmers are also now trying to go abroad and get an exposure to swimming and all. But we really need to completely revolutionize this whole thing, and what it will require is not only help and support from the government. It will also require a vision, not just help and support, but a vision that takes this sport forward. We need to understand that this, to build up a global winner out of India would require immense amount of investment, not only in terms of financial but also in terms of time. We need at least, typically they say you need 8 to 10 years to build up a good Olympic level swimmer, and we need that kind of investment coming in. We need that kind of vision coming in. So that's more or less the scenario that is there. So let me say, despite all these challenges, despite all these dark clouds that hang over the sport, why should one take this up? What are the benefits that you can draw from it? As a parent, I can tell you, one of the primary things that I see, the benefit that a swimmer draws is in terms of the physical activity, their physical health, their physical, the training. Swimming is almost, when the swimmer is in water, he is almost like he is meditating. He's battling against himself. He's trying to improve every inch and bit of his performance. They are an elite swimmer. If you look at him, they can go on and on like a perfect bit of machinery. They're perfect. Their mindset is perfect. Their body is attuned. They're just superlative to watch. and that is what it makes us perfect. A swimmer is always aspiring to be perfect. This pursuit of perfection is what stands swimming apart from all the rest of the sports. There are a lot of other things as well. Swimming, the little promotion that is given to the sport is 10 standard swimmers, they get some marks, 10 marks extra in their thing. Lot of there are job reservations in also in in government agencies and all. Railways is there, then army is there. These I would like to especially highlight the role of railways and army is very essential. They have been doing their quite a bit to promote the sport. You could also see take the example of swimmer like Veer Dhaval Khare, who's there from India, he's working with the Maharashtra government. They have given him a special leeway to train in Karnataka, and he has been practicing. So there, if you reach a certain level, there is lot of things that you can draw upon. What we really need right now are just two important aspects: is the corporate support. Unlike the US and UK and Australia, where the corporates play a very big role in promoting and sponsoring events and all, we don't see that happening much in India, except for Glenmark Foundation, which has really invested in the sports. You don't see any other company, corporate in India taking an interest in this sport. And this has been one of the big reasons. The other reason that is there's no glamour out here. Except for the swimming community, not many people in India would know who are the top swimmers in India, right? The names like Veer Dhaval Khare or Rehan Pocha or Sajan Prakash or Nisha Mile. These are the Olympians that are there. The one that who won an Asian medal is Khazan Singh. One of the best performances we ever had on an Olympic stage was Shamsher Singh way back in 1956 in the Melbourne Olympics. So besides the community of swimming, unless you are part of this fraternity, not many people know. We need to bring that glamour. We need to get that limelight on the sports, and for that it's necessary for all the media and all to highlight the essential aspects of this sport. And while when I talk about the challenges that are there are quite a few. There's quite a bit of hope also on the horizon. You have some swimmers like Shri Hari Natraj, who is there on the horizon, and there's lot of hopes that rest on his very young shoulders. There are quite a few other swimmers like that. Likhit is there, Advait Page is there. There are quite a few. If you name, also on the women front, there are quite a few swimmers who are there who can make it to that cut. In fact, the most inspiring story that I personally know is that of a Paralympic swimmer called Suyash Jadhav. He's a young man from Maharashtra who doesn't have his upper hands. He's amputated hands, but despite that, he has not let his physical challenges hold him from going for the glory. He is one of India's most celebrated swimmers. In fact, he was the only swimmer from India to qualify for the the A cut for the Tokyo Olympics, for the Paralympics, of course. And I am sure if he if the Tokyo Olympics would have happened at what date, he would have definitely won glory for India. And I'm sure whenever that happens, he's quite on the list to make for that the podium out there. And that is what I sometimes feel. We are waiting for a PV Sindhu kind of an event. If we have that one story out here from India, a man, a person, an individual, it could be a lady, it could be a gent, whosoever it could be, one person who would score at an international level, and that will fire up the sports like nothing else. So that is what, as a parent, I hope, and that is what not only me, hundreds and hundreds of parents like me, we all are there. We are sitting there, we're investing our days, weeks, months, are burning our bank balances into this sport, hoping that one day this whole thing would change in India, the scenario would change in India, the sports would be recognized, and there will be a great future for our sportsmen like the rest of the sports. So that is what I thought I'll share with you. So this is my small note for today. If you want to, I have started a blog, and I'm hoping I'm there are a lot many parents like me who can be articulate and all. They should also start, we as a community should start contributing to this sport. There are great coaches, of course, but even the parents and all should now be part of this whole discussion. So I have started a blog on my own called as swimmingdrive.com. If you have anything, you can visit that and check that out. That's it from today. The reason I thought I'll talk about swimming is because it's summer months. I kind of miss the water right now, and so are my kids. Forget the fact that I'm not a competitive swimmer, but hundreds of us like us, the only solace in this summer heat is the pool. So dedicating my diary to that pool, I will take my leave. I'll catch you again next week. Till then, stay safe, stay inside, and don't forget to wash your hands.